Hello, my name is Ken Scrippa, and today I want to talk about what I learned from an audio at Empower Network with where Tony Rush was talking, and the audio, his audio, it was about mindset, and he was talking about his own experience of when he was struggling, with his family, and he wasn't making a lot of money, and he was just scratching by, and could barely pay his rent. He had bill collectors banging on his door, and you know, the law putting legal notices about debts he owed. I mean, it was really tough situation, and but he started discussing, mindset in terms of, what happened to him and what he did during this time. And he started discussing taking responsibility, and he was outlining, what being responsible or taking responsibility means, and he was saying, like, it's the ability to respond, and it doesn't necessarily, where you place blame or say whose fault it is. It doesn't matter, or I mean, it matters, but as far as, being able to, change your situation. So he talks about, being able to respond in terms of, in this circumstance, your financial situation. So, so at a point in his life, he just made a decision, and that he was going to do this, that he was going to take responsibility and really, get in control of his financial situation. And then he talked about, like, Napoleon Hill said, um, you know, um, what did he say? Uh, See, the money will come so quickly that you'll wonder where it's been hiding. Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich. And so Tony went on to say, it's okay to be rich, or you have to develop, your relationship with money. You have to like money. A lot of people you know, have phobias or have stigmas, against money, that it's bad, it's evil, whether it's spiritually based or just a belief you have that, or you may have issues that you don't think you deserve to be rich, or maybe you feel ashamed to say that you're rich, versus, he was saying, Tony brought up, people will admit to wanting to be, financially independent, but will deny that if you ask them if they want to be rich, because it somehow has perhaps can have negative connotations to it. But then Tony goes on to say that, that he made a decision, at a certain point in his life, and he was not going through motions of mediocrity. And write that down, because he said to write that down, to remember that. He's not going to go through motions of mediocrity. And then he decided at that point, right in his house, that he was going to move. He told his wife. He said it might take a day, it could take 2 weeks or 10 years. He was going to change that situation. So he said, I'm going to do, and he quoted this and said to write this down too. So this is important when you want to make changes. I'm going to do whatever I can from wherever I am with what I got. I'll say that again. I'm going to do whatever I can from where I am with whatever I got. And so, through taking action, he started making money, and he took ownership of his life. And and he says you have to make friends with money. You have to have, a positive relationship with money. Just like somebody having a hobby. If they like art, well, they fill their house with art. And so he's saying the same thing with money. You have to like money. You have to develop that relationship, and you can and take responsibility, and you can turn on that aspect of your life, so you're more in the abundance, um, you know abundance model versus scarcity model. And so you don't repel money, you make friends with money. And he said, so the first thing you want to do is decide to be rich. Decide you want to be rich. It's okay. It's okay to have money. Don't allow yourself to feel ashamed or negative about that. Embrace that feeling and that desire. And as Napoleon Hill talks about, develop that burning desire for the amount of money that you want to make, and be real clear. In his Think and Grow Rich book, be very clear about your goal, very clear vision. And then Tony said, decide to like money, make friends with money, and it's okay to make money. Make money, make your money at the service of people. And he stressed that that's being real important, as opposed to at the expense of another person's, you know, um, uh, circumstances. So, in other words, you want to serve other people and help them, versus taking advantage of people to get your money. So, it's really great audio, and Tony Rush is one of the top leaders in Empower Network, and he started crunching numbers, the amount of money that this guy is making per month. So I believe in Tony Rush. I believe he knows what he's talking about. And then another thing he said that was interesting, was he said that he started listening. He was listening to something David Wood, one of the co-owners of Empower Network, was teaching one day. I don't know if it was a webinar or audio or what have you. And Tony Rush said that he was going to do exactly what David Wood said to do. He followed it, exactly, and and that helped him. And so, it's important to have good, positive role models, business mentors. And so I've been learning about and meeting and getting to know various leaders, in different companies, and different companies I'm associated with. So, that's what Tony Rush said that helped him be successful. So I'm going to adopt, those actions, those decisions that he made, and I believe that you can too. If you want to work on your mindset every day. You want to listen to audios like this, like Tony Rush, David Wood, Ray Higdon, the list goes on, and every day, whether audios every day, and then webinars, and then you want to read every day, even if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day, or if you have more time. And so you want to develop that mindset, that relationship you have with money, and that's how you're going to increase your value, and increase your ability to make money. So I hope that helps, and I'll leave my link in the description of this video. And thanks a lot. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.